Hello everyone, in this video we'll be discussing about joins. Now what is joining? Joining is the process of taking data from multiple tables and putting it into one generated view. Now if this definition is harder for you to understand, let me clear you. If I put it simply, with join method you can fetch data from two or more tables if they have interrelated values in them. Like, let's see a practical. I created another table. If I go to my database manager, you can see we have this post table, and I create another table. It's categories table. Okay, so in post table I added another column. The column name is category ID, and you can see we have some numbers here. So those numbers are categories IDs from categories table. Like you can see we have categories. We have currently 3 categories, 1 2 3, the IDs. Now if I go to post table, and you can see the category 1 2 3, and what is mean by that, you can see this is post 1, right? So if you want to get the category of this post, so how can you do that? So we have a category ID field and we have the category ID in it, so we can use that ID for get the category of this post, right? So we can get our categories many ways. So one of the ways joining. So we will be joining these two tables and we can get data from that. Let's see by practical. Now let's remove our old code. We are still in the home controller, so let's remove them. Now again I will call the db facade colon, let's say I will specify the table name. Our table name is post, right? Then in here we will take a method, join method, right? Now in here we will pass 4 arguments. Okay, first will be our table name. So our table name is categories. Like if I go to database, you can see we have a categories table here. So we'll be connecting our post table with categories. Okay, so I specify the table name categories. Now we have to pass which column it will be applied on for joining. So it will be post dot id, sorry, it will be post category id, right? If I go to my database manager again, if I go to post table, you can see we will connect this id column with category id, right? Because in post table, in category id we have the category IDs from categories table. Okay, now let's go to our code editor again. Now we have to pass our operator. It will be is equals to, now we have to pass the next column. For that we'll say categories dot id. So what we are trying to say here is, you can see at the first we are selecting our base table, which is post table, and we are joining our categories table with it. As I said, if we want to join 2 or more than table with each other, we have to add some interrelative values on them. So I took a, so in post table I took a column called category ID, and I am joining this category ID with categories ID, which is basically in category table this ID column. Okay, now let's add a get method here, and we will return this query. Let's go to our front end and we will go to our home route and enter, and you can see we are getting the results. So first of all, if you noticed, here is all our fields from the post table, right? Like title, description, status and other stuff. You can see here title, description, status, created at, and so on. But here is a new column which is name, and its value is, this one value is news, this one value is tech and education, right? So where it is coming from? We don't have any kind of column like this in our post table, right? But this column is coming from categories. You can see we have a name column and these are the categories. So you can see we joined table and we are getting the data from the both table, right? Now you can also specify which table data you want. Let's say I will press enter here, and in here I will say, again we'll take a arrow, we'll call another method which is select. By selecting, we can specify our table name. Let's say I want only the post, then I will say dot star. That will only give me the post from my post table. Now if I refresh, you can see the name column is gone. Now we don't have the name column here, like, right? Now if I say here categories and dot star, star means all, refresh, you can see we are now only getting the categories, not the posts. So you can also manipulate your queries like that. So I think you understand how can we join multiple tables. Now you can connect more than 2 tables or 3 or 4 as you wish, but the method is same. So for this video, that's it. See you at the next one.